What is it that draws us into the desert? And what is it that calls out to us, bringing us back, time after time? Is it the freedom? Is it the silence? Or is it just the escape from civilization? And so we return to the desert again. We're starting the day driving east on Interstate 10, leading 18 Jeeps to the abandoned Eagle Mountain Railroad Bridge in the middle of nowhere between Desert Center and the Salton Sea. We're leading this run today with the help of our new TRX7 CS Trail and Street Navigator that our friends at Magellan sent us. This thing is waterproof, dustproof, and made specifically for the trail. After a quick driver's meeting at the meetup spot in Indio, we make our way to the trailhead and start airing down. This is an easy trail and it's mostly just flat road, so airing down is really just to help smooth out the ride. There are some sandy areas that we'll be going through and airing down can help with that as well, but otherwise pretty much any 4x4 vehicle can easily do this entire trail. This is my first time driving with this new Magellan Trail and Street GPS, but already there's some things that I really like about it. It comes preloaded with over 100,000 off-road trails. They're built right in so you don't have to go online or download anything, and it works right out of the box with or without Wi-Fi or cellular service. Magellan also has this great free online service called TRX Trailhead that lets me create custom routes or even find trails and tracks that other people have uploaded and made public. And finally, I really love that the TRX7 comes with a standard RAM mount instead of a proprietary mount. From the start of the Red Canyon Trailhead just south of Interstate 10, it's about 14 miles to the abandoned railroad bridge. The first 12 miles will take us across some open desert and then up along some beautiful ridges looking into the canyons. It's flat and easy almost the entire way, but as we approach the end of the trail, there is one large and fairly steep hill that we'll have to make our way up. And, as luck would have it, this is where we ran into some trouble. The battery on one of the Jeeps died, so we stopped for a bit and got to watch as the group pulled together to get the Jeep running again.
You have jumper cables?
It's just another reminder of why you should always be prepared for anything and never go off-road alone, even on an easy trail like this.
We just removed the battery out of his Jeep. A good battery we knew was good, so we removed it, took it over to her Jeep, just placed her cables on his good battery, just get a direct charge and fire right up.
It wasn't long before we were back on the move and continuing southeast towards Salton Sea, which was now visible in the distance. And after another mile or so, we decided to take a side trip down a very steep and rutted hill into the canyons. It was a bit intimidating to some of the beginners, but all the Jeeps made it down just fine. This section of the canyon is closed off by rock formations, so after enjoying the views, we got to make our way back up the hill, which was even more intimidating. We used the TRX7 GPS to help us get back up to the dirt road, and it wasn't long before we came to the end of the Red Canyon Jeep Trail and made a right turn onto the Bradshaw Trail. From this point, which is shown on some maps as Summit Road, it's about 2 miles to the bridge. It's hard to follow the road in this area because it gets washed away so often, so if you're not careful you can end up in some deep sand. So we just followed the track on the GPS wherever the road disappeared. The road parallels the train tracks of the abandoned Eagle Mountain Railroad, and that's what we'll be following down to the abandoned bridge. Just on the other side of the railroad tracks, literally just a few feet away, is the Chocolate Mountain Gunnery Range, a live bombing range used by the Navy and Marines. Because it's an active bombing range, they take trespassers seriously, so we'll be staying on the west side of the train tracks. Finally, after only a few minutes, our destination comes into view, the Eagle Mountain Railroad Bridge. 500 feet long and almost 50 feet high. It stands in the desert like the skeleton of an industry that died long ago. The bridge and the rest of the 50-mile Eagle Mountain rail line was built in the 1940s to haul iron ore from the Eagle Mountain mine near Joshua Tree for the Kaiser Steel Company. The rail line was active until the mid-1980s when it finally ceased operation. Today, the entire rail line is abandoned, and at the beginning of 2017, operations had begun to remove what's left of the bridge and the rail line, meaning this incredible gem of the desert will not be here for much longer. The sun has set, and so we come to the end of a great day spent with a great group of people. People who love getting together and using their Jeeps to explore this beautiful wilderness, a raw and untamed land that we call the desert.